Hey there, AlphaAlph here with the second episode of AlphaAlph's Small Business Guide to YouTube. Now we're going to get into the second episode where we actually go over the video recording and video editing software that you can use for your YouTube channel. Now of course, before we move any further, I will provide a link in the description down below just to get to your YouTube roadmap for your adventure on creating a YouTube channel for your small business. Now let's get into the video recording equipment that's going to be utilizing when creating the raw video content for your YouTube channel. Now, of course, there's the movie quality production equipment that can run you thousands, maybe even millions of dollars. However, nowadays it's actually easier to create video content that's actually high quality because we have a little thing known as a smartphone. There are definitely a few advantages that smartphones have when you use them as video recording equipment. The first is the cost. The cost means that you can use a phone that you already use to send text messages and make phone calls, and now you get to use them as video recording equipment. The second advantage is video quality. Because on smartphones such as the Samsung Galaxy as well as the Apple iPhone, both of these smartphones can record video up to 1080p HD. That's the highest quality setting that you can get when watching a video on YouTube if available. And the third advantage is cloud storage. Because whether you're on an Android phone or an iOS, you get to utilize both Google Auto Backup as well as the iCloud respectively, because they can actually back up all your photos and videos to the cloud storage, which then you can actually retrieve on your Mac or your Windows PC, making them easy for access and editing. You can also utilize a camcorder, which has two distinct advantages. The first of which is dedicated storage, because you don't have to worry about applications and other images and videos on your smartphone, because now with a camcorder you can dedicate all of that storage to making videos. The second advantage is no interruptibility, because when you're recording on a smartphone, there's a chance that somebody might call or text you, setting off a notification or a vibrate, which can ruin the take that you're trying to record and would have to start over from the beginning. To help narrow down your search, I included a link in the description down below to take you to top10reviews.com, where I take you through some pocket camcorders that can prove very well for your business. Now let's get into the video editing software. I'm going to provide 2 for Windows and 2 for Mac. Either one you can use for your business, just depending on what your budget is. Let's start off with Windows Movie Maker. I find this program very useful for recording and editing vlogs or video logs. Now Windows Movie Maker may be a bit hard at first glance, but after toying around with it for a week or so, you'll be able to get a basic grip of the ins and outs of this program. For more helps and tips on this, I actually found an article that would be real useful for people that are just new to Windows Movie Maker. I'll post a link in the description down below. The next video editing software, iMovie, is definitely different from Windows Movie Maker. One of the reasons why is that it's located on a completely different operating system. So iMovie is actually located on Macintosh, while Windows Movie Maker is associated with the Windows OS. Another reason why iMovie is different from Windows Movie Maker is because in iMovie, the video files are converted to QuickTime files only upon completion, while in Windows Movie Maker, you can make it into an AVI, an MPEG-4, or even a Windows Media Video File, or WMV. Now what makes the Apple iMovie such a great choice is the fact that you have an easy to navigate menu, as well as the deep level of detail you have in getting into the video and editing and changing colors, etc. To expand further on this point, let me provide an example. Say you're shooting a promo video for your small business around 1:30 p.m. in the park, and you also have to record another video to use in conjunction with the previous one at 4 o'clock when the sun is starting to set. What you can do in this situation is, in Apple iMovie, you can use the color changes feature so that you can keep to a common visual theme. So that means the 2 clips don't have to look that contrast and different from each other. Another interesting feature is that iMovie you can use the theater function in order to share it across all your Apple devices such as the iPhone and iPad. So it's a great way to at least see what your videos would look like on a mobile platform. Now, although these 2 video editing softwares are definitely good for the budget buyer, as well as those that are pretty new to video editing, the next 2 pieces of video editing software are going to be a bit more on the professional side, but it will cost you a bit more money to invest in. And those pieces of video software are either Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere Elements 12. Now, while both of these software programs are on the technical side of video editing, it would take a long time for me to dive into each one individually. So I will provide a link in the description down below so you can get right to the web pages for both of those programs respectively, so you can research and come up with the facts yourself. In terms of pricing, they're a bit more expensive than usual programs. So with Final Cut Pro, it retails for $299.99, and for Adobe Premiere Elements, it starts out at $99.99. And congratulations, you made it to the end of episode 2. I hope you learned a thing or two about video recording equipment and video editing software you can utilize for your YouTube channel. So on the next episode, for episode 3, stay tuned for the YouTube account creation process as we dive into YouTube itself and learn how to get started with the YouTube channel. But until that time, my name is AlphaAlph, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night. Take care.